Well, good morning. It's Thursday the 9th of April 2026. Lovely day again. I believe, as a guess, it's summer. Coming anyway. Well, spring then summer, but yeah, it's lovely, it's beautiful. So, yeah, there's this topic today that I want to share about, which is yourself, basically. It's you. It's what do you want? What is it that's driving you to be who you are in the world today? And a lot of that is going to be conditional. There's a high probability that anyone who is watching this, you'll all recognize that you've been in condition for a long time. And that condition, I think, it's gone. You know, it's used. Its use by date is gone. So you're going to find that you're going to be challenged. And of course, this year, 2026, it's pulling out all the cards, and it's all happening. It's just really, you know, you're starting to see yourself in different ways, feel yourself in different ways, recognize the conditioning that's been around you. And while it's a fact that every moment is a constant moment of change, there seems to be this, well, there is this global change that is occurring, and that is not separate from yourself. So there's a good question to be asked of yourself. What do you want? What do you want to do? Now, of course, everything comes back to self. I encourage beloveds to look at that. I really do encourage you. Yes, you can make it happen. You can manifest this, you can manifest that. It's true. We are constant creators. We manifest in the most simplest of ways. But that's who we are. But what do you want? What is the direction? What is the purpose? Why are you alive, and why are you doing what you're doing? Those are questions only you can ask of yourself and get answers for yourself. I can create a suggestion, and which is something of a blueprint, but it's not where you're at. You've got your own journeys. You're either a mum, you're a dad, you're an individual, you're a masculine, you're a feminine, whatever you are, you know, it's where you are, it's what you're doing, you know, and it's how you're making this next step. So that list of what you are, who you are, where you are, is that really, like, you take a snapshot of that today, is that list really who you are? Some might be able to say yes. And if you are, you'll most likely be sitting back and just enjoying this sharing. Others of you might be questioning it and looking at those bullet points and going like, am I this? Am I that? You know? And that's a good thing to ask yourself. Don't get overboard on it, please. You can do too much by looking as well. You know, you can believe in self-doubt too much, and then all of a sudden you become a victim to your ego and a victim to your belief systems. So yeah, just be a wee bit careful on that account. But truly, you are here and you are experiencing. So what do you do? Now, essence-wise, we are crystalline in energy form. And we are basically a conduit of expression, a conduit of love, not necessarily working in a dynamic of similarity or simplicity or harmonious connection, but we are that in essence. It's all those conditions that have been put upon you. So, I mean, look at your conditions and sort of, you know, you might be a legal beagle, or you might be an accountant, or you might be a car mechanic, or whatever. Might be a pilot who flies an airplane. Whatever you are, you're conditioned to that particular role. But in and above that, there's yourself that thinks. Then you can be someone who works in a checkout at a supermarket, and you just doing what you need to do. Nothing wrong, you know. Everyone's doing their own thing. But the life, the world, this opportunity to be here is about problem solving. And well, I would say that's what it used to be. I mean, it still is. A big part of what we're doing here is problem solving. But I believe, and I'm experiencing, that the transition that's come is not to be that anymore, but to be source, the creator. Like, there was a time when, and this is real, there was a time when your thoughts could create instantly. Now, a lot of you may even feel like you're in this world and you're going like, I used to believe that too, I used to have that feeling, but it doesn't happen. Well, if you had that feeling, you know that it exists in a previous dynamic of this creation. And we are in the process of recreating that. I'll repeat that. We are in the process of recreating that dynamic of instantaneous manifestation. Now, I can't do it myself at this point, and but it doesn't mean that any one of you can't do it, where you can put your hand out and then you can imagine like there's a peanut butter sandwich or something, and then it'll appear. You'll imagine like, oh, I need some water, or I need power, or whatever. Those things are free. They're all free. Everything here is supposedly, or supposed to be, free. F-R-E-E. But hang on a second. There's this dynamic that's twisted, and all of a sudden you've got to pay for this, you've got to pay for that, you know. And if you have a product that can assist and can, you know, for argument's sake, can, you know, cure cancer, I'm sure a lot of you have heard and recognize that there are drugs or processes that can cure cancer, and then they're squashed. They're removed from the shelf, type to say. Why is that? It's to make you subservient, to control you. And this is what it's doing, and this is where the world is right now, is breaking free from that control. So look at yourself. Who are you? What is your purpose? And a big part of that is, are you able to share that purpose? Now, I'm finding that to be one of the biggest at this present point in time, being able to share that purpose. I hope that we all can, you know. First we have to find love with love in ourselves, there's self-love. Then the expression of love without attachment, without, you know, expectation, and that's a very challenging one. But if love exists, then the flow will open. There is the side of connection, of that physical connection, and there is the side of the bigger picture, what does that bring together? So there's so much more happening, and it's being asked. All the old paradigms are going out the window, you know. So look at them, and some are going to be easy to see, some are going to be more challenging to see. But that's dependent on your journey, how you grew up, what sort of catalysts you had in your journey to expose the necessary parts for you to see. But yes, look at yourself and ask the question, what are you? What are you here to do? And that's all, because from those questions, that simplicity, will come so many more answers. And it's not for anyone to say, well, because you see that, you can do that. That's a possibility, but only you trusting in yourself, and that's that inner child, trusting in yourself, then you will recognize the truth. So on that note, I'm going to say au revoir, goodbye, catch you on the next one, and have a beautiful day, really. Okay, cheers for now. Take care. Bye.